Russia sent one of its most irreplaceable generals deep into the system. By morning, that general was gone, a car bomb in a quiet Moscow suburb. No battlefield, no warning, just precision. The kind of strike that doesn't just remove a commander, it rips a hole in the entire war machine. What was supposed to be another routine day for Russia's top planners turned into a national security nightmare. Sheer competence, experience, and institutional knowledge wiped out in seconds. Not as a random hit, but as a calculated disaster that exposed everything. Stay with me because the full picture here is far more consequential than any single death. This wasn't just another general. This was the one Putin could least afford to lose. And Ukraine just eliminated him. Let's begin where this story really starts, in the quiet calculations happening inside Russia's general staff. For years, this officer had been rising, methodical, experienced, the kind of planner who bridged old wars with new realities. He'd sat across the table from Ukrainians in Minsk talks. He'd shaped operations in Syria. He'd become deputy chief of the main operations directorate, one of the men actually running the day-to-day mechanics of this invasion. Putin had watched his career, promotions, influence growing, exactly the profile that makes autocrats nervous. Competent, respected, and too valuable to replace easily. Russia's doctrine here was clear on paper. Rely on experienced leadership to coordinate massive assaults, integrate fires, keep the machine grinding forward no matter the cost. Sound in theory. The execution, though, has been catastrophically flawed from the start. Commanders who actually know how to fight keep getting removed one way or another. And this general represented the best of what was left. Institutional memory, operational foresight, the guy who could turn Putin's orders into something that almost resembled a coherent plan. Now here's where Ukraine's intelligence changed everything. They didn't just watch. They studied routines, patterns, security details that even high-ranking Russians thought were impenetrable deep inside Russia. Not on the front lines where everyone expects the danger. This was a strike that said nowhere is safe. The trap was set long before the explosion. Patient surveillance, human intelligence, technical means that turned a morning commute into a kill zone. Let me walk you through the mechanics because this reveals something much bigger. Layer 1, identification and tracking, knowing exactly which car, which route, which predictable habits. Layer 2, the device itself, improvised but devastating, packed to maximize lethal effect in a confined space. No warning shot, no chase. One decisive moment. Layer 3, the message sent back to every other commander in the system. If we can reach this deep, your protected Moscow life is an illusion. No escape, no quick replacement. The replacement calculus is broken. The immediate impact was brutal. This wasn't a field commander you can rotate. This was a central planner, someone coordinating broader operations, target selection, the flow of this entire war effort. Russian telegram channels, even pro-war bloggers couldn't hide the shock. Zinc coffins coming home, but this one hit different inside the capital itself. Hospitals? No, just confirmation of the end. And Putin? Forced to confront the reality that his most trusted military minds are now vulnerable. Operationally, it creates paralysis. Who steps into that role? The next general knows the target on his back just got bigger. Units lose continuity. Planning cycles slow down. The very system Russia counts on for mass and coordination starts to stutter. Think about it. Russia throws men and metal forward in waves, but without the brains to direct them effectively, it all becomes more wasteful, more desperate. Strategically, the ripples go much deeper. This proves Ukraine isn't just defending, it's taking the fight into the heart of the enemy. Information control inside Russia goes into overdrive. State media downplays. Bloggers get pressured, but the word spreads anyway. Demographics already strained by endless casualties now face the psychological blow of losing irreplaceable leaders. NATO analysts are watching closely. This isn't random. This is systematic degradation of Russia's command backbone. And here's what matters most, Ukraine's adaptation. From early days of survival to deep strikes that dismantle the very people directing the aggression. Smart defense, protecting their people while exposing the enemy's rigidity and cruelty. The expendability of Russian lives at the top as much as the bottom. This general was praised for competence, yet that very competence made him a target worth the risk. What comes next will tell us a great deal. Will Russia double down on paranoia, pulling more talent into bunkers and slowing everything? Or will the losses force even more flawed decisions? One thing is clear, The underdog that learns, integrates, and strikes precisely is rewriting the rules. Russia's doctrine is becoming its own worst enemy. Ukraine keeps proving that brains beat blind mass. Respect to the Ukrainian operators who continue to outthink a larger force. This isn't over. The next move could reshape the entire conflict. If you're watching this, you understand why these hidden truths matter more than headlines admit. Drop your thoughts below. What does this mean for the war ahead? Like, share, and stay tuned. The full picture is still unfolding.